Yo, what's going on, everybody? Just straight out of Boston here, aka the King of Boston. Today we're back for episode 15 of my Indiana Pacers MyLeague and NBA 2K15. Tyler Ennis is back from his stress fracture. He will be taking Donald Sloan's minutes once again, and you can see the Indiana Pacers now in 4th place of the conference. We've taken over the Central lead. We're 5 games up, I think, on the Bulls, and we were 2 games back of them in the last episode, so we have really overtaken them, and I think we have a pretty comfortable lead at this point. And you can see, even the worst free agents won't take short money to sign with us, so I think we're pretty much out on making any more moves to this roster. This is pretty much the roster we're going to have to roll with into the playoffs and see how deep we can go with it. But we're taking on the Toronto Raptors this time around. They are 54-14. In comparison, we are 42-27, so they are in first place. I think they have the best record in the NBA. They're pretty darn good, and it's going to be a tough test. We are at home. These are the type of games we're going to have to win if we want to make a conference finals run. If we really think that we can do that, we're going to have to beat a team like this, likely in the second round. So we'll see what we can do, because we're 4 games back, I think, at that 3 spot, but getting a division lead does guarantee us a top 4 seed and a home court in the first round, so very important that we do in that division. But anyway, getting into the gameplay right now, a little pick and pop here to start things out, and Paul Millsap's going to drive to the hoop, getting the layup over Kyle Lowry, and that's a good quick start for Paul Millsap, a guy that could be an X factor for us coming down the stretch. If he kind of, can provide or can, produce offensively for us, I think he can be the difference maker in a lot of games. That will be pretty important, not only in the playoffs, but also in the regular season for playoff seeding and home court and things like that. Anyway, down to the Moutier here, and a nice pass from Jimmy Butler on the fast break. We're up by 5 early on. 8-3 now. Paul George with the ball to DeAndre. DeAndre's going to kick it to Moutier behind the line for 3, and he knocks it down, and we're up 11-3 early on. But now 11-5. Here comes Lowry getting the offensive rebound, or getting the defensive rebound. He's going to bring this one down to DeMar DeRozan, who's going to get the athletic layup to go. And DeRozan killed us all game long tonight. You will see that. He was huge for this offense, and he's probably one of the biggest reasons they're 54-14. But check out Paul George putting Patrick Patterson into the spin cycle right there. And we go back up by 5 now. Lowry bringing it down, covered by Emmanuel Moutier. But he goes right around Moutier, and one layup off the glass, and the lead's down to 3. Now look at DeAndre Jordan blocking the jump shot from Terrence Ross. Then Moutier all the way down the court to George, fading away, tried to get into like one of those baseline layup animations there, but instead George fades on the baseline jumper and he gets the and one. Incredible shot there. Now Moutier down to Paul Millsap, but he's blocked by Lucas Najuria. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. He was, I believe, like the 14th or 15th pick in the 2013 draft. He was originally picked by the Hawks, I think, and then he was traded to the Raptors. I know the picture of him with the Celtics hat because he had the big afro, but Celtics didn't actually make that pick. I think the Hawks did, or maybe it might have been the Mavericks, and the Mavericks traded, because I know then there was Shane Larkin was traded, and there was a lot of trading with those picks, and none of them turned out to be very good players, but it's early. So 28-19 after that jumper from Ennis. Now it's 30-23. Vasquez, look at the over the head pass to DeAndre, or to, what am I talking about, DeMar DeRozan. Oubre tried to cover him there, but DeMar DeRozan just too good. He is a phenomenal player. He, like I said, he killed us all game long. I can't rave about the DeMar DeRozan enough after this game. But Jonas Valanciunas with the offensive boards. He was definitely their best big man tonight. He was doing a lot on the offensive boards, defensive boards down low, creating havoc and creating chaos and stuff like that. But check out the alley-oop. KJ McDaniels to Kelly Oubre. That is what that second unit does. We love to run. We love to throw lobs. That is really what this team does. But Paul George in the corner for 3. He knocks it down. He buries that 3, and we're back up by 8, 39-31. But here comes Lowry once again, picked up by Moutier. No Jimmy Butler on him. I decided to keep Butler on DeMar DeRozan and keep George on Terrence Ross. Now, maybe if I could do this again, I would at least experiment with putting Butler on Lowry. But I kept Moutier on Lowry throughout most of the game whenever they were both out there, and I don't think it was too much of a problem for us. I don't think Lowry killed us too much, I would say. But anyway, quick, you see the half-court alley-oop. That's something I can rarely pull off in 2K. The Clippers pull it off a lot in real life with a guy like Jordan or Blake Griffin, but rarely pulled off in 2K. I was able to do it there, the little pick-and-roll half-court alley-oop. But nice jumper there. Now it's a 6-point game, 45-39, and this is where we're going to start to go on a little bit of a run and open up a bit of a lead. Now it's 45-39. That's a quick jumper, so we're up by 8. Now Amir Johnson on the other end. He actually gets this stolen away from him. It's tipped away. Butler keeps it inbounds, chasing it down, and slams it with 2 hands. Credit Anthony Tolliver with that steal right there, playing two-way basketball. Now, after a quick little forward run, Paul George dribbling it down. He's going to go up. No foul call, but he gets the layup anyway. Could have been an and one. Now we're up by 6. Now we're up by 12. It's a 6-0 run. And here comes Ennis. Ennis is going to dribble in. Kicks it to Jimmy Butler. Could have gone to Tolliver on the pick and roll there, but instead we go to Butler. He knocks it down, and it's a quick 9-0 run. We're up by 15. After the Raptors answered back with a 3, Kelly Oubre now with the ball, calling for the screen from Cauley Stein. And Kelly Oubre slams it down with one hand on Lou Williams. Now on the other end, Najurier can't get it to go. Tolliver on the rebound quickly to McDaniels. McDaniels down to Oubre. One-handed slam with 0.9 seconds to go. And that's going to be the score heading into the half. 58-42 is your score. A huge second quarter from this Pacers team, playing complete two-way, all-around basketball. We shoot 57% in that first half. They shoot 45%. And we finish with 16 assists. This is something I did not point out in the Bucks game, but a key factor in our offense producing better lately has been ball movement. I find that the games when we are putting up 25 assists, we're putting up 100 points, and I think that is a key for us moving forward with this offense, which does not have a great, we don't have a great set of creators or guys that can do stuff off the dribble or ISO. Even Paul George is not the greatest offensive player. He puts up a lot of points, but he sort of puts it up in volume instead of, like a Kevin Durant who's going to shoot like 50% when he puts up 35 points. And Kelly Oubre can kind of do some stuff off the bench isolation-wise, as you saw in the last episode, but still, the key for this team is ball movement. That's been something you see a lot when we're putting up good offensive games. But anyway, the Raptors going on a run of their own right now. They've got the lead down to 8. KJ McDaniels coming around. Actually, this is Paul George. Paul George coming around, slimming it down with one hand. Now it's an 8-point game once again. DeMar DeRozan with the ball, dribbling in. This time he's picked up by Jimmy Butler, but he goes right around Butler. Tolliver's help defense is not enough, and that's going to be an easy layup for DeMar DeRozan. So 71-66. Now Lou Williams with the ball. Williams kicks it out to DeRozan, and DeRozan contested 3 goes. That's been a big part of DeMar DeRozan's game in this MyLeague that has expanded. He's a much better 3-point shooter in Season 2 of this MyLeague than he is in real life, and that was a pretty big factor in this game. So he knocks down the jumper there, and we're tied at 77. Now 10 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Terrence Ross with the ball. Ross looking for the screen from Valanciunas, and Ross goes all the way to the hoop. Millsap's help defense was late, and the Raptors have their first lead of the game at 79-77. But McDaniels with the ball, trying to answer back. Ennis to George. Shot clock winding down. Throws it up and buries home the 3, and we go back up by 1. 80-79. Now Millsap to McDaniels in the corner for the long 2. He gets it to go. We're back up by 3. So Pacers trying to go on a little run of their own right now, build this lead back up. In that third quarter, we ran a lineup with Oubre and along with the starters except for DeAndre. So Paul Millsap was our center, and that really killed our defense, and that's really what led to that Raptors comeback. Now we got DeAndre back out there. Now we're going on a run of our own, up by 5. But can the Raptors respond? DeRozan going around a screen, not even looking to pass. He's going to take it himself, knocks down the 3, and then down to a 1-point game. Valanciunas left-handed hook, and the Raptors retake the lead with 6 minutes to play in this ball game. 88-87. DeRozan floater, no good. George on the rebound. He's going to take this one. Give it up to Moutier. Moutier lobs it up for DeAndre Jordan. Windmill right-handed slam, and we retake the lead 89-88. But now DeRozan, not even looking to pass here to Valanciunas. DeRozan's going to do it himself. Pulls up, and DeMar DeRozan is taking over this basketball game. 93-92, now 3 minutes to play. DeRozan down low to Valanciunas, and he gets the and 1. And after that free throw, the Raptors would go up by 2. Now 2.5 minutes to play. Terrence Ross out to Patrick Patterson. Patterson's going to go back down low to Valanciunas, covered by Millsap. Valanciunas fades, and he buries it. Jonas Valanciunas with a huge fourth quarter. Now 99-94. It's a 5-point game. Paul George with the ball, looking for a quick shot. Only a minute and a half to play, and George all the way to the hoop. He is our best offensive weapon late in games like this. We're going to go to him 9 times out of 10. And here we are again. George trying to get in the paint. Now he's going to go to work in the post. Trying to go around. Up. Under. No. And he misses the shot. Lowry on the rebound. Here comes Kyle Lowry. Raptors looking for the counter. DeRozan down to Ross, and he slams it down, and they go back up by 2 possessions with just 40 seconds to play. A huge miss from Paul George. Now we're going to take it back once again. George to Moutier. Quick 3. It's good. Emmanuel Moutier knocks it down. Now after 1 free throw is made from the Raptors, it's a 3-point game. We're going to go for a quick 2. Millsap down low, and he draws the foul. Patterson fouls out. We'd make 1 free throw. They'd make 2. That equals a 5-point game. Now Moutier down to George. George, quick three. No good. Rebounded by Amir Johnson. He's going to get it to Lowry, who's fouled by Emmanuel Moutier eventually. There we go. Lowry makes both. One last desperation attempt. No good. And the Raptors come all the way back from 16 down at the half. And I think the biggest lead was 18 at one point. And they come back and beat the Indiana Pacers at home. A huge road win for the Raptors. Once again asserting themselves as the best team in the Eastern Conference. And you can see the final stats here. We ended up with 8 second-half turnovers, and they also raised their field goal percentage by 4% in that second half to get to 49% the whole game. That was really what did us in, the turnovers, and then they just shot the ball a lot better in that second half once we put our small ball lineup in. That's not something I plan on experimenting with too much anymore. I think we've pretty much determined that small ball is not the way to go with the set of guys where team identity is defense. That revolves around DeAndre and Cauley Stein. We don't want to get away from that at any point in the game. So anyway, that's going to do it. It's a tough loss, but we prove we can compete with a team like this. I'm really thrilled with where the team is going. We're still hot, and I'm out. Peace.